Hello and welcome. I'm Karen, and I'm going to share with you how to fill the calendar of your private practice very quickly. If you've gotten to this point and are here watching this right now, I understand your struggle. I understand the importance of getting your business up and running so you can do what you set out to do. So if you are just starting out or you want to make your private practice a full-time career, not just a part-time gig, you just want more clients, you want your calendar full, you want to spend time with your family on your schedule, then you're in the right place. I'm going to share with you how you actually get new clients in the door consistently. Now, if all this sounds interesting to you, let me explain why you haven't been able to discover the secret to getting people in the door. If you listen to the old timers, they have all kinds of great advice to give you. Pass out flyers, put a sign in your window. That sounds helpful. Networking events, ask local doctors for referrals. Yes, this does work. I've heard many swear by it. But how many doctors do you need to talk to, and how many therapists are already on their list? How long does it take for that to pay off? Here's a good one. I actually heard someone recommend this. Put an ad in the Yellow Pages. Are they for real? Have an open house. And invite who? Speak at a local event. And the best one yet? Talk to funeral directors. Now that sounds like what you went to school for. Come on now, you did not go to school to beg others to send you referrals, to have your life's work dependent on other professionals to build your business. What you did go to school for is to understand those who need you and then help them. Those are the people you need to be speaking to. Let me show you how. If you don't want to follow decades-old advice, what is there left to do? You can build a website. You probably already have that. You can blog, create a business Facebook page, SEO, and the dreaded ads. The first three you can probably do on your own, but they take time to see any kind of results. Want to have effective SEO? Of course, but unless you want to spend the next several months doing in-depth research into the Google algorithm and still not know what you are doing, you'll need to hire a reputable company to get your website noticed and ranked. Hopefully, at some point in the future. Yes, really. They want you to spend thousands with no guarantee that their work will actually get you the results you paid for. What? But what about the last one? Ads. Yes, advertising on the internet. So let me ask you, what is it about running ads on the internet that scares people? Exactly. It costs too much and it doesn't work. What we've seen is that most therapists who have tried or heard of someone else who tried to run ads on their own have these beliefs. They spent money and didn't get any real results. Yes, it's true. Facebook will gladly take your money without explaining why your ad is not producing the results you want. What these therapists haven't tried is using someone with marketing expertise, specifically someone who is fluent in the idiosyncrasies of Facebook. If done correctly, ads can generate tons of leads for very little money, relatively speaking. What do I mean when I say done correctly? It's not a simple answer. You can't just put an ad up and expect crazy amazing results. Today's consumers, your clients, are very familiar with the internet and have access at their fingertips to see who you are. And they search. If you look like a hot mess online, you don't inspire any confidence in your clients that you're going to be able to help them with their issue, and they're going to move on to the next therapist on the list. So what do they see when they search for you? We've looked at thousands of PT profiles and therapist websites, and what we see frequently explains why so many private practices never make it off the ground. We've seen profile pictures that are more appropriate for Tinder than a therapy session. I guess maybe that depends. Oh, never mind. Other pictures that were clearly cut out from a family Christmas photo, and so many that just missed the mark completely. And the websites? Ugh. So many websites look like a therapist put it together 10 years ago and haven't changed a single thing. There are broken links, menus that go nowhere. You get the idea. Don't get me wrong, not all of them are terrible, but they don't have the marketing elements needed to connect with their clients. And yes, even some of the better websites have obvious flaws because they are not updated regularly. What about Facebook pages? Do you have a business page for your private practice? Are you posting content that relates to the clients that you want to work with? What about your personal page? Can potential clients find it? Are you okay with that? You might not fall into all of these categories. Maybe your website is great and your profile picture is spot on. That's awesome. but most of the therapists that we talk to have issues with at least one of these areas. What we do is make sure that your online presence shines across all of these platforms. We make sure that the images used convey the right message and that the language used speaks directly to your ideal client so that when they search you out, they know that you are the right therapist for them. We call this the foundation. Without a proper foundation, running ads is like donating your money to Mark Zuckerberg. I think he has enough already, don't you? Once your foundation is set, then we move to the client attraction phase, which in plain English means getting new clients through intelligent advertising. This probably sounds scary and expensive, but let's look at some numbers. Let's say 100 people click on the ad for your practice and 5% of them decide they want to talk to you. Of those 5 people, you set 4 appointments. If you charge $100 a session and your average number of sessions with a client is, say, 12, then those 4 new clients will bring in $1,200 times 4, or $4,800. How much would you be willing to spend in order to generate nearly $5,000? I can assure you that properly set up ads don't cost nearly that much. We've seen clicks as low as $1 a click. You can do the math. $100 for ads, $4,800 in revenue. That brings us to the second part of our client acquisition phase. What do you do with the other 95 people who clicked on the ad but didn't schedule a call? This is where we implement our follow-up system. Rather than ignoring them or chalking them up as part of business, we have our super ninja skills to get your name in front of them again. Maybe they need a little more information about you before they are ready to commit. Others just need another touch point. In plain English, to see your name again. Either way, we have that covered, which means you get additional clients from your initial ad. Looking at the numbers, if you were to get just one more client from the 95 that clicked, your revenue would rise to $6,000. Sound interesting? This is exactly what we do. Which now brings us to the question, over the next 3 months, how will your life change if your private practice is full? What will that look like for you? Financially? How will you feel? Amazing, right? And what will your life look like if you do nothing? What is the cost of doing nothing? Go ahead, take action. Take serious action of getting your private practice where you want it to be. It really is that easy. You don't have to be the expert in marketing. Click below and schedule a call so that we can go over the details and cover any questions you still have. Let's find out if you are the right fit for this program. Talk to you soon.